I'm Lisa Blackard, Executive Chef at Taste of Texas Restaurant, and today we're going to talk about grilling. There are 5 simple steps to follow when you're grilling. If you account for all of these steps, you're really going to have great results. About an hour before you start to grill, pull your steaks out of the refrigerator and allow them to come up to temperature. When you pull them out of the refrigerator, you want to expose them to salt. This is kosher salt. Just really liberally salt the steaks. A little bit more than you'd think that they would need. Okay, so when I add the salt, I also add a little bit of black pepper. You really don't need anything more. You don't need to marinate the steaks. You don't need any kind of fancy seasoning. Simple flavors is really going to let the beef shine. Okay, now you want to light your grill, turn it on to high. You're going to close the cover and allow any residue that's on the grates to burn off. Do this for about 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, now we're going to scrub those grates as much as possible. So get a stiff wire brush. Take off any residue that might be remaining. After you scrub your grates, you want to set your grill to 2 temperatures, medium high and medium low. The reason we're going to do this is so that we can sear the beef over the medium high and transfer it to the medium low over a lower flame to allow it to come up in temperature without burning. You want to oil your grates really well. I prefer an oil-soaked rag or towel as opposed to grill spray. I think that you can get better coating with the oil-soaked rag. When you do that, however, be really careful not to squeeze out any oil over the flame. It will flare up and get you. Make sure to get the spot where you're going to grill really nice and coated. As we put the steaks on the grill, we want to remember to make cross hatches, which is the perpendicular grill marks on the steak. They're so beautiful, and it's really going to make your mouth water when you look at it. We want to start the steaks over the medium-high portion of the grill. Angle them at about 45 degrees on the grate and allow them just to rest right on the grates. One thing to keep in mind is that we've chosen really high-quality beef. It's aged to perfection. We have salted it so they retain their moisture. We do not want to take our tongs and push really hard on the steaks because it's going to release those juices that we've worked so hard to keep in the steak. Let's go ahead. We got some beautiful cross hatches, so let's go ahead and turn them. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Beautiful grill marks. Now that we've got some really good marks on our steaks, we're going to transfer them to the medium-low portion of the grill and allow them to slowly come up to temperature. I'm going to try to match up the grill marks just to keep them looking beautiful. So after about 4 or 5 minutes, we're going to start to check for doneness. I highly recommend using a meat thermometer to check for doneness. This is the most accurate way to learn what a steak feels like at medium. When you're using a meat thermometer, be sure just to spot check it by inserting the thermometer into the thickest portion of the steak, checking it, allow it to come up to temperature, and then pull it right back out. If you leave these in the grill, they will melt. For rare to medium rare, you want to take it to 130 to 135 degrees. For medium rare to medium, you want to take it from 135 to 140 degrees. Medium well is right around 145 degrees, and then well done gets into the 150 degree mark. Okay, we're going to check for doneness. I prefer my steaks rare, so I'm going to pull it off when it reaches 130 degrees. So step 5 is to make it sizzle. One easy way to do that is to top the steak with a flavorful compound butter right after you pull it off the grill. One compound butter that I like to use is a blue cheese pork butter. Very simple recipe, couldn't be easier. You start with a pound of unsalted butter that's at room temperature, so it's really soft. You add a pound of blue cheese crumbles, whichever kind of blue cheese you prefer to use. A tablespoon of minced garlic, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and an ounce by volume of ruby port. Any port that you want to use. I really prefer a ruby port. And then I've got a couple tablespoons of chopped fresh herbs. This is just parsley. We're just going to fold this together until it's all incorporated. Just a little dollop of the compound butter is really going to be incredible. Goes right on top. Do this right after you pull the steaks off the grill so that the butter will melt slowly into the steak, and by the time you serve it, it'll be just right. Okay, to recap, there's 5 easy steps to grilling. Number 1, you want to salt your steaks. Salt is going to help retain moisture on the grill and also flavor the beef. 2, you want to clean your grates. 3, make crosshatches because you eat with your eyes first. 4, check for doneness using a meat thermometer. And 5, make it sizzle. Do something creative to wow your guests. Please feel free to visit our website, tasteoftexas.com, for further grilling instructions, and email me with any questions.